Directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, 2001's Japanese horror movie Kairo, or Pose, almost perfectly predicted the current state of the internet and the world. Well, not exactly. Let me explain. I think a movie is an art piece on its own. Some are deliberately made for casual entertainment, some to make you laugh, sad, scared, excited, and some are made with no clear direction, like an abstract mesh of color put together to mean something, that meaning left to the viewer to discover. Nothing is ever explained in Kaido. People are disappearing, and that's just that. There are ghosts, and a forbidden room you mustn't enter for whatever reason. People are suddenly committing suicide left and right, and no one knows why. We watch as the characters try to make sense of what's going on, forming their own theories, but it's not just there. Theories. What makes this movie so terrifying isn't the ghosts or any gruesome murder scenes. Sure, this scene is absolutely haunting, but for the majority of the movie, the ghosts don't interact with the living. No, that's not what's scary. It's the very real and immediately tangible topics it covers. Loneliness is a very cold and dark place to be. It breaks someone from the inside out, leaving only a shell of what a person used to be. And this film perfectly shows that. The movie was made in the early stages of the internet. In an interview, Kurosawa even stated he never intended to predict the future or anything like that. The idea of being always connected but further apart than ever is sprinkled all across the movie, and it's never been more true than the current time we live in. The film starts with our protagonist Michi going to check on her friend Tanguchi, who was supposed to work on a disc for the work they do. Upon entering the house, it's very clear something weird is going on. A figure appears and it's Tanguchi. He speaks and acts in a very calm demeanor, directing Michi to where the disc is. After going completely silent, Michi checks on him, only to find the corpse of his friend hanged. Many characters later on kill themselves in a very similar way. Loneliness, many times accompanied with depression, does something to you. It strips away any sort of happiness you once had and makes you question what you're living for, many times leading to suicidal thoughts and even the act itself. The internet has only made this worse, even though in theory we should technically never feel lonely because we're ever connected. Those connections in themselves aren't real. It boils down to people just broadcasting their loneliness to one another.
これは何？この人たち本当に生きてるって言うの？幽霊とどう違うの？結局人間も幽霊も同じ。生きてようが死んでようが。
There's a loneliness epidemic going on. Just like in the movie, people in real life are shutting themselves away from the world, letting themselves be consumed by the internet. People are killing themselves because of the unbearable state of their mental health. Maybe it gets better when you're dead, right? What if death was just eternal loneliness? What if that's the reason ghosts are jumping over to this world? Being alone even after death sounds like the most terrifying thing to me. If we're meant to be alone forever, what does it even mean to live? We don't know. The movie doesn't try to answer these questions. It leaves you even more confused and more scared than you were going into it. I don't think this is something you can understand by it being explained to you. It's something you experience, a very cold and terrifying experience. There are so many things I don't want to get into about the movie because you have to experience it on your own. It's not a movie for everyone. It's very slow and some might even say boring, but I'd 100% recommend it to anyone who's interested in these topics. That's all I had to say.
あそれ貸してあれあれあれ